Hello, viewers. Welcome back to Adventures of Japan. If you are new here, what we do is give live or authentic experience about how to enter Japan. And in today's video, I have a lovely sister from one of the beautiful countries in Africa. And she is here to share with us her experience right from applying for the job until when she gets to Japan and her experience so far in Japan. And so why don't you click on that button, subscribe, and ring the bell so that next time I bring up an important information, you'll be the first to get notified. Without wasting time, let's welcome our beautiful lady. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. Welcome to Adventures of Japan.
Thank you.
What's your name?
My name is Michelle.
Michelle. Oh,
Yes.
nice, beautiful. Where are you from?
So I'm originally from Zimbabwe.
Oh, Zimbabwe.
Yes.
Anytime I hear the name Zimbabwe, what comes into my mind is Sada. Sada.
Absolutely. I
Yes.
love salsa too.
Good. Welcome to Japan.
Thank you.
All right. So we would like you to share with us your experience right from when you started applying for the job and when you got it, the interview, how it went. We'll be grateful to hear from you.
Oh, okay. This is my first year in Japan.
Oh.
So in Japan, you apply. Most of the companies would hire you previous year for the following year, so that you get time to prepare for your visa. So the visa itself doesn't take long, but the COE, which is the certificate of eligibility, is the one that takes about 2 months, sometimes 3 months, depending on the workload. So that means in my case, I applied in 2024. And then I got to come to Japan in 2025. So the application itself, so I saw someone send links in a WhatsApp group,
Okay.
and I decided to just try applying. So I committed to applying on every link that was sent in that group. I think the link had about the message had about maybe 20 or so links.
Okay.
So I was applying on each and every one of them because I wanted to make sure that my chances of getting an opportunity in Japan also was high. So fortunately for me, I got called for interviews by 3 dispatch companies.
3 dispatch companies. Wow.
Yes. So I got interviewed by all 3.
Oh, nice.
Yes, but unfortunately I didn't get jobs from all 3. I only got a job from 1. The other ones I got to the other stages, but not the final stage, which is the job offer. I'm still grateful for the experiences though.
Good.
And so the one that I got, I was due to travel in March 2025. So they they are the ones that did the whole visa process whilst I was in my country. Or at that time, I was actually in South Africa. So they facilitated everything, sent through the documents that we needed. And for me, they already told me that I needed to prepare for the driving position, because when I was coming this side, I came for a driving position.
Okay.
So that meant I needed to have an international driving permit,
license,
and then the driver's license itself. So I worked on that before coming, and it also didn't take a long time. And then that was it. I started preparing now for the journey, and around February, that's when I got my visa. I remember very well, it was the week of the Valentine. And surely I was very happy when I got my visa, and I started making plans for traveling. I had actually started earlier to prepare. The faith was there to say, I'm certainly sure that I will be getting the visa. So yes, and then fast forward, March came. My company organized for our accommodation. So when we got to the airport, we didn't really have people that were receiving us, but they had communicated every detail to say from the airport, how do you get to the hotel for the trainings and so on. They were quite supportive. I'm truly grateful also for that. So we went for the training for a couple of days. And then we left. So each and every one of us was now going to their different area. And then when we went to, so I was now going to my own prefecture, and I was working in Toyama prefecture. When I got there, my apartment had already been organized. So they sent me all that information again via email to say, this is the apartment that we got for you. If you've got any concerns, you're able to just raise them through email. But I didn't have any concerns. I was really excited about coming to Japan. So for me, everything was like, okay, I'm ready. I think this is it. So I came and I loved my apartment, and they told me we left the car. And honestly, coming from Africa, I was a bit scared when they said the car, they left it unlocked and they just put the keys under the driver's seat mat. I was shocked, but this only goes to prove how safe it is. And I am 100% African. I love being African. I'm a proud African. So I'm not going to run away from the fact that there are some areas in Africa where it's not so safe, but it doesn't mean that Africa is bad, and it doesn't mean that I don't want to go back home. I love Africa. I am African.
Good.
Anyway, yeah.
Let me hold you on a bit. I have been talking about companies like Borderlink, Interact, Heart Corporation, JoyTalk, Asha Central, and all those stuff, those dispatch companies. Could you tell us which of the companies brought you successfully?
So unfortunately, I will not be able to say the name of the company that brought me, only because I've left the organization. I now work for another organization, and the honest truth is nothing wrong happened there, but just to protect some level of privacy, because obviously people would know, okay, she left this company, now she's working for this company. So I think at this stage, maybe in another interview at a later stage, but what I can say at this stage is that it was a dispatch company. So I was working as an ALT. I was assigned to public schools. I was working at a junior high school and also an elementary school.
Okay.
Yes.
So you worked for both grades, like junior and elementary?
Yes, I was working for both on both levels.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. All right. Anyway, the story is getting interesting. So please tell us, after you've seen the car key under the driver's seat, what next?
So so immediately I knew that this is a safe country because of the way that they did the whole process. Firstly, they've not met me, but they are trusting enough to say this person is able to do this. But not only that, I also realized that they are quite open-minded, because maybe they would have said, we want to first test your driving skills. But that was not the case. They just trusted that because I have a driver's license, surely I'm able to drive. This
is the car.
That's it. And so, but I think one good thing as well is that the driving is pretty much the same as in Africa. We drive from the driver's side is the right side, and we also drive on the left lane. So I think it's pretty much the same. The rules were different just here and there.
Wait a minute. In South Africa, do you drive by the left while the driver's seat is by the right of the car?
Yes.
Just like in Japan?
Yes, just like in Japan.
I see. Well, it's completely opposite from where I come from.
Okay.
Ghana. It's opposite.
Okay.
We drive by the right whilst the steering wheel is by the left of the car.
Oh, is that so?
Yes.
Okay, no, for us, it's exactly the same.
Oh, I see.
So anyone who has driven in Zimbabwe and has driven in South Africa, they should be able to drive in Japan without any issues.
That's great.
Yeah, so it's actually an advantage if you just come with your international driver's license. You do the IDP before coming here, the permit itself. Yeah, so I was really excited. I loved my apartment, and I just knew that, okay, I'm set now. I'm in Japan. Things are happening. And my first night, I think this is something that's worth sharing.
Okay.
So
we want to hear.
Because I had traveled, so I came by Shinkansen from where we did. It was actually in Chiba where we did the training.
Please take it one step at a time.
Okay.
What is a Shinkansen?
Oh, okay. So a Shinkansen is actually it's actually the fastest train here in Japan. Okay. So I think if a distance is about 6 hours by a normal train, it can actually make it less. It could be maybe 2 hours or even 1.5 hours. It's quite fast. So that's another option if you want to get from point A to point B in a quicker way. Yeah. So when I got there, my phone battery had gone low. So I just thought, you know what? I need food now. I think I'll be okay. Let me just go to the grocery store. So it was my first time.
Yeah.
And I had seen the grocery store when I was just going back, because where I was staying was really close to the station, and the station was close to where the supermarket was. So I said, I've seen where the supermarket is. I don't need the GPS. I think I can just safely go and then grab a few items. That's when I went there. My worst nightmare happened. So I picked not so many things. I picked rolls because I just thought, okay, maybe let me just get bread or some rolls that I can have for this evening.
Okay.
Remember, I didn't have pods or anything.
Yeah,
it was my first night. So yes, the bed was there because my organization had already made sure that we had like a futon set.
Lucky you.
Yeah, actually a futon set. Yeah, that not an actual bed. So I bought. I needed some toilet paper. And then I needed just the rolls, and then just something to drink.
Okay.
And that was it. Only 3 items. So I got the toilet paper, I got the drink, I got the rolls, I got home. And because I got a can, in my mind, I was like, you know what? I think this is a drink. I didn't use any translation.
Okay.
So I saw only pictures of some fruits outside.
Okay.
I assumed it's a drink.
Made from
and it was alcohol. So I looked at it. I'm like, you know what? What is this percent? I'm like, oh, is this alcohol? So to cut the long story short, it means on that particular night, I actually had my rolls with alcohol.
I think I know those kind of alcohol you're talking about.
Yes.
They are fruit juice, but alcoholic.
Yes, they're fruit juice, but they're alcoholic. So,
Yeah.
but I didn't know at the time because I definitely was not going to be buying beer. But anyway, it was one of my first mistakes in Japan. And the toilet paper that I thought I'd bought toilet paper, it was actually the kitchen paper.
Oh.
So I really could not figure out how did I miss it because it's long. So in my mind, I thought it's 4, but because the cover was written all over, so I think I mentally counted that this could be 1, 2, 3, 4 tissues. I'm done. So, but yeah, so this it was just a kitchen paper towel.
Anyway.
So yeah, so it's some of those things. But fast forward, I think I've really enjoyed working at the public school. Now that I'm at an international school, definitely I've got to experience the best of both worlds, I would say. The public schools also had things to offer that I would forever cherish. And being at an international school now, there are a lot of things that I'm learning each and every day. So I think Japan is beautiful, and yes, people should come to Japan.
Wow, those were so interesting. In fact, I really relate to all your experiences because, anyway, I'll share mine another day. Let's go back to the classroom.
Yes.
So, when you were an ALT, how was it like in the classroom as an ALT? Could you share any of your experiences with us?
Yeah. So as an ALT, I don't think I had much workload. I would not even go home and think about work because most of the things that I had to do is things that I can do in the heat of the moment. So you can be asked, maybe, can you help the students to repeat this? Can you help the students to pronounce this? Maybe can you help the students to do a review? On busier days, maybe I would checking their speech. They can do maybe a presentation and then I assess. But it's not. It was not really a lot of work. But I also think the environment there was really good. Working in a fully Japanese setup. Was also enriching for me. As an ALT, the honest truth is there isn't much workload. Well, at least for me, I can say that it's manageable. You can plan to have a few games that you always keep handy should you be asked maybe to play games with the students. So you can have your universal games that you know you can change. I know a popular one, fruit basket. People use that one, or other ALTs, they use that one to just change it to suit all the other topics. So you can think of something like that.
In most cases, per my experience, I've seen that the English language is being taught using Japanese. Did you experience that?
Yes, I did experience that. So most of the times they help the students to understand English by, I think they cement using the Japanese language so that the learners can understand. So I did experience that. And maybe I'm not sure if it's the same with all the other schools, but for the 2 schools that I worked, that was the case.
All right. Thank you so much. And I think we've enjoyed this message so far. We will have a part 2 of this conversation because I believe there are a lot of things she wanted to share, and we'll give her the opportunity to share with us some other time. But before we go, what do you have to say to the viewers watching us on Adventures of Japan?
I think Japan was not even my on the top list of the countries that I would have wanted to go to. I think growing up, I've always thought of going to other countries, but when I made the decision to come to Japan, I had done some research and I was confident of the decision that I'm making. And I want to assure your viewers that I have no regrets. I really enjoy it here. It's safe, it's peaceful, and people mind their own business in a way that you can never imagine. And it's really amazing to experience this. And I'm not going to talk about the technology because every single day there's a culture shock that I get to experience in Japan. Even in small things, getting in a restaurant where you are served by robots, it's small things like that that still wow me when I look at them, because I've traveled before and I've never experienced some of these things. If there is anyone who's considering to come to Japan, please do so. It will be a step in the right direction. Before coming to Japan, I really had second thoughts. I think it comes with maybe just fear of the unknown. But once I got here, I felt safe. Yes, the language is still a challenge, but to be quite honest, there are a lot of pictograms in Japan, so much that wherever you go, you'll be able to understand even without being able to read or understand Japanese. So again, it takes time and effort for anyone who's willing to learn the language to do so. So it's something that you can consider if you really want to stay in Japan long term. But in the meantime, you can get yourself here and you will still be fine. So this is why I think it's a good opportunity for people to come and also explore Japan.
Thank you very much. What should we tell her? Thank you so much. And to say thank you in Japanese, we say arigatou gozaimasu. Recently, I only shared few lines of saying thank you in Japanese. So to say thank you very much, hontoni arigatou gozaimashita. Yeah, so if you enjoyed this conversation, kindly subscribe and share with others so that we can all have the feeling of teaching in Japan, how the process is to apply and to get to Japan and the classroom situation. And let's keep sharing until everybody gets to know that Japan is open to everyone, but it is advisable to secure a job and come with working visa. Because if you come as a tourist, it is bound on you to return. And if you don't want to return, it means you are going to force yourself to become an illegal person. So please, subscribe, share with others, and keep following us for more tips. Until then, I am always Mr. Don't Give Up, and I will see you in the next video. See you.
See ya. Bye.